Hi, if you're new here, my name is Coach Rose Peterson. I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. Hey, Facebook, Instagram, Fit and Confident Moms, wherever you're watching from. Oh, and YouTube. Today is going to be a fun one because it is Valentine's Day. So I thought, let's make it light, talk about something that is relevant. If you're watching live, type live. And if you're watching the replay, type replay. I love to know when you are watching and where you're watching from. Are you on Instagram? Are you on YouTube, my Facebook group? It's fun. And also it helps me out so much so that other people get to see this live stream because they're like, oh, something interesting is happening. Okay, so have you heard that chocolate is good for you? But then you've also heard that chocolate is not so great when you're working towards a fat loss goal. Well, there was a new study recently published that said daily cocoa consumption can actually boost your calorie burn by almost 10%. That's crazy. Like that's, some extra walking or some extra activity that you might be doing. So you might be thinking, whoa, sign me up, give me all the chocolate. I want a metabolism boost. But I want you to slow down and stick with me because we're going to break down and analyze this study, which is important for you guys to do because all kinds of studies come out, right? And we need to know like who was in the study, what did it show, like how relevant is it? Has it been repeatable? So it's really important that when we see these studies, that we're actually digging in to see like how good is this study or what does it mean or how does it apply to me? Okay. So before we jump in, I want to introduce myself. My name is Coach Rose Peterson. I am founder of RP Fitness and Nutrition, founder of Fit and Confident Academy. I am a certified personal trainer and a certified nutrition coach and certified pregnant and postpartum coach and a weight loss expert for women over 35. So just wanted to say, I know what I'm talking about. Okay. If you are watching live, again, please drop those hearts, those likes. Let's dive in, grab that pen and paper. Okay, so in the past, I was doing these I was doing these study released breakdowns. So like a health and fitness study would be released and I would come on and talk about the study and how can it apply to the regular person. And a lot of you were saying that you really enjoy those. At first I thought, maybe this is boring or maybe people aren't interested in the science or the literature. And I was trying to do my best to translate it in a way that is like relatable, right? And like not science speak. So a way that's understandable. And also these take a lot of work on my end, right? I have to like read, research, bring what's relevant to you, break it down, read it like several times because sometimes these are hard for people to read. So I had to reread it, make sure I'm interpreting correctly. And I stopped doing them. But I stopped doing those in particular. I still go live every week here at 12 p.m. on all things fitness, nutrition related. But I was getting requests like, remember how you used to break down those studies? I actually really like them. And I'm like, all right, so here we are breaking down those studies again. So if this is something that you like, please let me know in the comments that you love learning about new studies and me breaking it down. And also make sure that you save time in your calendar every Tuesday at 12 p.m. to get these. All right, so this study was published back in April of 2020, and it measured the effects of metabolism and chocolate. Hi, Christina. So they got volunteers and they measured what their metabolism was like at rest and what their metabolism was like when they were exercising after consuming chocolate. Okay. So the exercises, they were riding a stationary bike at 2 different intensities. Now, something to note here is that the researchers recruited 18 young women. So a lot of these research studies, especially with exercise, are done at colleges. Not sure if this was done at a college, but just so you know, like a lot of these like health, fitness, nutrition related studies are volunteers of pretty healthy people. So the average age was 21 years old, and they were already athletically trained. So the people in the study were already working out. They were already lean, and they already worked out a minimum of 5 hours a week with moderate to high intensity workouts. That's important. Okay. So for 30 days, the women ate 100 calories of either dark chocolate, which they used plain old Hershey's Baker Squares with 70% cocoa, or they used white chocolate, which is really just sugar and oil. White chocolate is. So the white chocolate didn't have any chocolate in it at all. They were told not to consume anything else that's high in flavonoids. So flavonoids during that period, like berries, nuts, tea, or red wine. So they were told don't drink any or have any of this stuff, so it doesn't affect the test. Like we really want to know if the flavonoids in chocolate are what's working. Now, what they found was that the participants who got the dark chocolate for 30 days did increase their resting metabolism. So at rest, not even exercising, they saw a boost, an increase in metabolism from having dark chocolate for 30 days. And it was boosted by an average of 9.6%. So basically, so this is about 140 calories a day. So they basically ate about 100 calories of chocolate, but they experienced a boost of 140 calories of burning. That's pretty cool. Of course, as you might have guessed, that those who had the white chocolate saw no significant difference in their changes in resting energy expenditure. Okay, so those who were resting, they tested dark chocolate, white chocolate. White chocolate saw no difference. Dark chocolate eaters had an increased metabolism. So the key word here being significant, because I want to tell you that, oh gosh, my notes are all over the place. There's something that came out really, really interesting, which is during exercise. The ladies that had the chocolate and then exercised had no change in calorie burn. That's weird, right? So it's like at rest, they saw a boost in calorie burn, but during activity, there was no change. So the big question is like, why? Why not during exercise? And to be honest, the researchers could not explain it at all. They didn't know, like, whoa, they were actually taken aback. Like, how can they be experiencing a boost in calorie burn at rest, but not experiencing the same boost during exercise? So they were stumped. Their leading hypothesis was that the participants of the study may have experienced improved mitochondrial efficiency is due to the high antioxidant content of a certain particular flavonoid that's present in dark chocolate. Now, I know it's been a while since a lot of us were in biology, but in case you weren't sure, the role of the mitochondria is where we have energy generating components of our human cells. So for some reason at rest, chocolate was able to boost that, or they think chocolate was able to boost that particular component. So their hypothesis was that the flavonoids that were in the dark chocolate is what really worked. But here's the thing. There are other sources of research that show that if the total antioxidant content had been higher, let's say if the participants ate 2 or 3 times as much chocolate, that there might have actually been an opposite effect on your metabolism, actually slowing it down if you ate too much of this certain antioxidant. So here's the thing with research is you can find studies that point to one thing and studies that point to another. So it's really important to, like, before you start throwing around studies, to kind of dig around to see like what's the truth and how does this apply to me. So really the researchers just weren't sure what's going on. They don't know why. Like they don't know why there was a boost at rest for their metabolism, but it did happen. So if you stuck with me, you might be like, okay, This is all good info, but what should I do with this, right? So here are the good and the bad takeaways. It's probably not a good idea to treat chocolate as a miracle food, but instead still treat chocolate as a treat. So we've known for a while now, since about 1993, there was a 1993 study that showed that flavonoids are linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular mortality. So a lower risk of dying from some type of heart disease. But in that study, the flavonoids that they studied mostly came from onions and apples, which is kind of interesting. Later research linked improvements in blood flow and our cardiovascular health and cardiovascular function to a dark chocolate specifically. So dark chocolate might be good for the heart too. So do you need to add dark chocolate to your diet to obtain these benefits? No, probably not. Um, if you enjoy it, continue to enjoy it in moderation or as a treat, but you don't have to purposely go out of your way to have chocolate to boost your metabolism, because we might not even sure if it works for you, or to add chocolate for your heart, because there are other things that are beneficial for your heart. So you don't have to force chocolate into your day, is what I mean to say. Another key takeaway is that the metabolism benefits were pretty small. Like, remember, I told you they were fed 100 calories of chocolate, but then their boost was 140 calorie burn boost. So really, you got a little 40 extra calories that you're able to burn without exercise or without dieting. So the benefits were pretty small. So I'm not as convinced that we should add chocolate as a supplement to boost your metabolism. It's interesting that it happened. But I'm just trying to show you that these studies that are done, we just can't take that result and run with it. And even though scientists admit that more research needs to be done. But this also leads me to like another problem that consumers should be aware of, and that is the problem of health halos. You might have heard of this, but a health halo is where products and marketers are trying to market their product as healthy because there's some benefit associated with. Like right now, recently, what's kind of been a hot topic, and I've seen on my social media feeds, are different types of coffee that are marketed with some sprinkle of an ingredient, literally a sprinkle of an ingredient that is supposed to help you boost metabolism, like maybe clear brain fog, all these other magical things that the coffee can help you with. But really, there isn't enough of that specific ingredient for them to actually say that it can have those claims. They just added it to it. But really, like, is the dose there to actually do the things that they say it? No, they're just adding this health halo in the hopes that you will buy it. And I just went to Sprouts the other day, and there's a lot of that. It's just a marketing ploy to help you feel good about purchasing their product. So when we see these types of health halo marketing tactics, we assume that they're safe to enjoy, but then we don't consider potential downsides like overeating chocolate. I love chocolate. I think dark chocolate is a tasty option, but they also carry a high amount of sugar and a high amount of fats. So overeating chocolate is not great, okay? Or, for example, red wine. Red wine has a health halo, right? Red wine is supposed to be good for us. That's another one that's a health halo. But again, we drink too much of it, not great for us, right? So yeah, red wine might have antioxidants and flavonoids and all these things that are healthy for us. And maybe that makes us feel good as a consumer to continue buying it. But just like anything else, too much is probably not good for us. Okay. That's all I have to say about chocolate and metabolism boosting effects from the study. If you have questions, I would love to hear them. And if you would like me to continue doing more of these study breakdowns, please let me know in the comments below. Is there a study that came across your desk, your phone, your social media that you're like, I wonder if that's true or not? Let me know. I would love to dig in and kind of pull it apart and see like, hey, is this something beneficial, or is this something that needs more studies? Are there more studies that confirm this benefit? Please let me know in the comments. And also stay tuned for next Tuesday talk. We're going to talk about an essential skills, which is my 10 commandments of self-love. So we talked last week about why self-love and self-care is so important and what it might look like. Like self-care is not just bubble baths and getting your nails done. There's other reasons why you need to do this, especially if you have a fat loss goal and you experience a high level of stress or perceived stress. Perceived stress can be also just as harmful on the body as like stress that we put on like through vigorous exercise or something really hard that or challenging that we're going through. Anyway, it's important that we take steps to unwind from that perceived stress or real stress, actual stress, physical stress, so that our body feels safe enough to lose fat. So next week, I'm going to talk about 10 commandments of self-love and why you need to listen to this so that you get lasting weight loss results. Okay. And if you're a woman over 35 looking to lose 12 pounds over the next 12 weeks, lose unwanted fat, regain your energy, and learn how to build the habits and skills to create a healthy lifestyle so that you don't have to feel like you're on a diet for the rest of your life, that I teach inside my Fit and Confident Academy. Drop the words more info in the comments below so that I can get on a quick DM chat to see if I can possibly help. So until next time, make sure you tune in next Tuesday at 12 o'clock for my next Tuesday talk. And this is Coach Rose rooting for you to say that it's all about me in 2023, like me as in you. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Turning off.